There's a horrific war in Europe, and politicians have pledged their support to Ukraine. We want to know what are the numbers behind, how large is the actual support of governments to Ukraine. So what we do is to collect all the information available and create a consensus database of support measures. So mainly we rely on official sources, to think of press releases by governments, political statements, or also media reports on these various support measures. And we then compile it all together and make it comparable across countries, so to create the most comprehensive database on support for Ukraine out there. The United States is by far the largest supporter of Ukraine, having pledged more than 40 billion euros so far. In comparison, the European Union and all the European Union member countries have pledged only 16 billion, so only a third of the total US support. And that is quite surprising and in a way depressing, given that this is a European war. It's also surprising that the governments are mobilizing much more money for their own population in response to this war than they are mobilizing for Ukraine. Take the example of Germany. So far, Germany has pledged 4 billion euro to support Ukraine militarily and humanitarian purposes, but it has mobilized more than 16 billion, so 4 times as much, for its own population in the form of fuel subsidies and other subsidies due to higher energy prices. Well, my main takeaway is that Europe needs to do more to support Ukraine. To put this in perspective, there have been 2 major crises over the past decade, the Eurozone crisis and the Corona crisis. In both of these crises, we've mobilized hundreds of billions to buffer against the effects of those shocks. In Ukraine, we're doing much, much less. I think we need to up our efforts and stand up to the challenge.